While Timor-Leste may not share much of its history with Ukraine, both countries have been supportive of each other's quest for peace and independence. Ukraine's ambassador to Malaysia, Dr. Hannadii Nadolenko, recently visited Dili and spoke to RTTL World News reporter Jagedes about how this common goal can lead to a prospering relationship between the two countries as Ukraine struggles to fight Russia out of its territory.
How do you assess the current state of bilateral relations between Ukraine and Timor-Leste?
Well, basically, I'm going to be a representative of Ukraine in Timor-Leste, and Ukraine is planning to develop its relation in all spheres. For now, it has not been developed too much, but our leaders met quite just recently. Our presidents met. We communicating very well in United Nations, and we are really thankful to Timor-Leste government and to people of Timor-Leste for supporting Ukraine in United Nations. And as you know, Ukraine was always supportive of Timor-Leste's independence in United Nations.
What opportunities do you see as the most promising between our two countries?
Well, Timor-Leste is a developing nation, and we have a lot to propose to Timor-Leste. You know, Ukraine is a breadbasket of Europe, you know, and we still, even with this war, we still produce lots of grain, lots of agricultural products, you know. So we have really good hopes for development of our trade and economic relations. Basically, we can really bring lots of food to Timor-Leste, for example, wheat, flour, wheat itself, you know, the chicken, pork, whatever, you name it, you know, oil. So basically, this is what Ukraine is good at, you know, agriculture products. Then we can really talk about education, about agriculture, about technology. Ukraine is really good in lots of technological issues, you know, so it's quite a developed country in terms of high tech, you know, in terms of computer technology. So we really can think about those developments as well. And well, basically any technology we can really talk about this.
How could the experiences of Ukraine and Timor-Leste be compared, and what lessons could be learned from one another?
Basically, two nations which are fighting for its independence. You know, since well, we fighting since 1991. You know, and it was a long time before. You know, we can both talk about some imperial history, but we both know what is the fight for the independence, for what is resilience of the nations, what is standing for its independence and its prosperity.
In your view, what opportunities does Timor-Leste's recent accession into ASEAN bring?
You know, I think ASEAN is a very prominent organization. You know, it's a market of more than 650 million people. You know, it's a huge market, billions of dollars, and I think it's about prosperity. It's about future trade. It's about future prosperity of your nation. You know, you have really good possibilities here. You know, you have really central port here. You have really good trade roads. You know, you just have to organize it. And with being ASEAN member, I think it brings you to a really good perspective in economy, in trade, gives you lots of opportunities here, and Ukraine can help you with that.
It has been just over 4 years since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. How has this changed your country and its role in the world?
Unfortunately, you know, Ukraine didn't start this war, and Ukraine is fighting, as I said, Ukraine is fighting for its independence. And I suppose countries like Timor-Leste understand it as we do, you know, with what is fighting for its independence, because I saw how many people just has been killed, in how many people starved here in Timor-Leste during your fight for the independence. With the help of the friends like European Union, like United States, we really winning this fight. So far, you know, in 4 years, Russia could conquer only 1% of the additional 1% of the territory of Ukraine. 4 years, 1%. For what? For 1.3 million lives of Russian soldiers, Russian people. You know, 1.3 million in 4 years they lost for 1% of the territory. This is tremendous losses for Russia. Unfortunately, Ukraine is losing as well, and this is very unfortunate for Ukraine. Every life of every person is very important for Ukraine, and we didn't start this war. We fighting for our land, we fighting for our territory, and we will do it till the end. But we will win, we will prevail.
Mr. Ambassador, we really appreciate for your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The pleasure was mine. Thank you.